Ah, it is like a dream to come here to the Land of Pagodas. By night, Yangon is quietly illuminated, but the Great Shwedagon is noisily celebrating a special day of disarmament, or more precisely, full moon day of disarmament. At the Great Shwedagon, they are weaving a sacred robe. The rules of the competition is that the competitor must finish a fine flawless robe to offer it to Lord Buddha early in the morning. The delta is dubbed as a rice bowl for its famous rice-producing soil. Traveling in this region is indeed an unforgettable experience for its unique landscape and sceneries. Majority of Myanmar are engaged in agricultural sector, which is Myanmar's economic mainstay. There are several kinds of crop they grow, but rice is largely grown in the lowland areas of the delta and is the staple food for every Myanmar. There are many villages on the banks of the intertwining water channels from the east to the western tip of Myanmar's land boundary, Cape Nigrace. Most villages around are self-reliant and live a peaceful life. In rainy season, they grow paddy and they go out to sea during cold and summer seasons. In the southern delta, they chop down easily grown delta swamp trees and make charcoal, a major source of fuel for Myanmar kitchens. When a woman sings a lullaby to her child sleeping by the charcoal furnace, and her husband loads cargo of charcoal onto the country boat, another delta man prepares his land for making sun-dry salt plant. They produce sun-dry salt and export to Yangon and elsewhere. You may wonder what these people have been doing. It is Buddhist novitiation time. It is Buddhist novitiation procession in the village. It is a collective ceremony. Novices are dressed in royal costumes and carried on horsebacks like royalties in old days. Religion plays a large role in Myanmar's daily life, from birth to death. He or she is generally brought up with Buddhist ethics. Every male Myanmar has to enter Buddhist monkhood once in its lifetime. A female may enter nunhood as well upon her wish. Theravada Buddhism is the major religion, and 85% Myanmar are Buddhist. Once in religious life, he or she has no other means for food and other necessities, as they are totally devoted to religion and renunciated of all their possessions. This is the capital city of Delta, called Bathing. Well, until recently it was called Basin. Bathing parasols are highly favored by Myanmar ladies for special occasions. The industry is small but well preserved generation after generation, despite foreign umbrella penetration. After harvest of rice, many a village boy dreams of being married before the Buddhist land. But only a few could manage to materialize. Now this is a typical Myanmar wedding of middle class. City elite may have it at high-grade luxury hotel or at an expensive halls or theaters. But for an ordinary couple, a special makeshift shelter awning in front of their house is good enough to receive guests who bring presents to help the couple establish a married life. From this delta town, one may proceed to a newly opened sea beach, Chaunda. It is an easy way to go on a shoestring budget, but can enjoy an enormous taste of the sea. The town of Bago. It is about 50 miles east of Yangon. There are many places of historical importance and also places of religious interest. A large portion of Charut, Myanmar smoke, is made from this old Mon capital. Traditionally, it has been noted as the town of Charut. One of another pilgrimage spots is Chaitio. The journey is exhilarating, but the wonder is of course great. As the pagoda is far out in the mountainous state of southeast Myanmar, it requires a great deal of stamina to get to the pagoda, which is about 3,000 feet above sea. Some go on foot, but some by hiring a seat-in chair, carried by 4 porters for about 1,000 chard. After traveling for about 4 hours of grueling journey on mountain ranges, finally we are relieved to see that we are closing in. The wonder is that this tiny little pagoda is built on a large boulder, precariously hanging on a high cliff. In fact, the boulder is freely hanging on the cliff. At a nearby place, I found stories of Shwinanjia. She is a powerful spirit and worshipped by certain animists when the pagoda is mostly frequented by Myanmar Buddhists. The town of Pham, the capital city of Kayin State. Traditional dances are seen on Kayin New Year Day. One may get a chance to see Myanmar boxing while in Kien State. The significance is that the boxers do not wear gloves. They are allowed to use elbows, knees, head, or every possible body weapon. But no ice sticking, no hair pulling, no kicking genitals, etc. in the ring with two referees. There is no weight class too. A small man can challenge a bigger man if he can prove his fighting skill. Napuli Beach is one of few famous beaches in Myanmar. Situated on the western coastline, the beach is famous for clear blue waters and white sand. It is a major resort both for foreigners and holidaymakers. The town of Sitwe in Rakhine State. Fish market is the busiest place of the town at about 7 in the morning. I think it is the only market where fish is sold by its number and its kind, not by its weight. Usually it is sold at auctions. Longre, Vedali and Brajavati dynasties are said to have had existed before Mrau, which flourished in 15th century AD. Ayavuri colorfully passes by Pye, once Pro. In about February, people of Pye have a very special kind of celebration at the foot of Land of Pagoda. Early in the cool morning at about 4, everyone brings white sticks of certain wood to make 4 large bonfires at 4 cardinal points. They explain that it is a long-lived tradition that they offer the heat of Nyambe, or the tree of wisdom, as a symbolic gesture of offering heat at this time of cold season. Of wisdom, as a symbolic gesture. Pye lived and flourished years before Pagan did. There are many places of historical interest if one is interested to go outskirts of the town. the ancient city of Bagan, the pride and glory for its architectural wonders and history. Today, the people of Bagan are also noted for their speciality, the famous lacquerware of Bagan. Now there lies Mandalay on eastern bank of the great Ayeyarwady River. Mandalay is major center for classical, folk and traditional arts, and also wood carving, gold leaf beating and stone carving also flourish abundantly in this 110-year-old city. The city was built by King Mindo right before British annexation in 1886. One may walk down the road to the night market, where lots of interesting things are sold. This is a popular sweetmeat called tomo, a specialty of Mandalay. You may consult a wayside astrologer or enjoy a dance show casually. Every day at about 4 in the morning, Mandalay people hurdle one another to get a seat to witness the great face washing. The daily duty is assigned to a residing monk with a team of followers. The face is symbolically washed and the teeth brushed with a herbal stick from neem wood. The great face washing is only over at about 5, and it is time for Mandalay people to start a day's work. Besides visiting areas in Mandalay, there are places worth visiting like Amrapura, Inwa, Sagai, and Mingo. Traveling to Shan State is also an exciting experience for a foreign traveler. Leg rowing is the most fascinating there. These are leg rowing fishermen. They use legs instead of hands. And every piece of land they grow vegetables on the lake is handmade. Wonderfully, it is floating. This man wants to show you he can go dive under the land he has just made. This is probably the world's highest floating market, where different ethnic minorities can be seen. It is Land of Pagodas festival time again. Boat racing is the major highlight of the event. Here in Myanmar, it is widely accepted that without Tanaka, a face is not a face for a Myanmar woman who wears different styles from age to age, from time to time. This is called Badao flower, and Myanmar adore it much, for it has a rich gold color, and it comes only once a year. One particular thing Myanmar have high regard is that its blooming season coincides Myanmar New Year time. Actually, Badao flower is almost regarded the national flower of Myanmar. Oh, no. In fact, it is the flower of romance, While an old year is gone, a new year is born. To mark the transition of time machine, Myanmar celebrate in a full swing.